Hi, Martha.
Yeah, okay.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Okay, my Min also. Hi.
Can people hear, or is that just me? Sorry, I was muted. Good morning, everybody. Sorry about that. I don't know why you couldn't hear.
I'm
How is everybody?
One
Yeah,
moment,
it was
please.
Rika. Hello, Martha.
Hi, Nilufar.
Hi.
Hi, Bernardo. How are you doing?
Good, and you, Nilufar?
Yeah, now I can hear all of you. How nice.
That's great.
Yeah. So, how are you, Bernardo?
I'm okay. At home, you know.
How
Yeah,
is your
no problems with my family. All my family is good. And you, your family, how is it going?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, everybody is good. Yeah.
Excellent.
Is it cold in your country?
Yeah, now we are like starting in winter, so we are
Oh,
like
yeah.
10 degrees.
Oh, 10 degrees. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, and you are late at night now, right?
Sorry?
You are late now at night. Is it?
Yeah, it is 7 p.m.
Okay.
Oh, that's not horrible.
Yeah.
That's better than that other one.
How are you, my friend? Marta, how are you? How is your family?
We're doing okay. We're doing okay. The numbers are going up here.
Yeah, in my country as well. So, yeah, the situation is becoming worse. The numbers are increasing every day.
Well, Bernardo, I know you're in school already, but for everybody else, do you know how your school's going to go back? In person?
No, exactly. We don't know.
In Vietnam, we have already gone back to school
for
almost 2 months, and things that go like normal. Yes, because we don't have any more cases in community.
Okay, we are happy. Yeah.
Do you have to social distance in the classroom, or it's just normal?
It's not normal. We face-to-face in class now. Yes, things go as normally. We go to work, students go to school, and we don't have any more cases in communities for almost more than 2 months. So everything goes as normal.
Great. I am happy for you. Great.
Thank you. So lucky.
Yeah.
Very, very exciting.
Yes, it is. Very, very good news for these days.
Yeah, I know. Hope that your country will get that situation soon.
We hope.
Yes, it's very difficult if we have to teach online or we have to stay home and keep far distance with the students and our acquaintances. It's very difficult.
Okay. Great.
Ariana, how are you?
Nice.
You still use online teaching now, right?
Now we are on holidays, but we had online teaching. Since March till the end of May, we had online teaching. But very few students attended that online teaching because maybe I don't know.
I face that problem during the time that online teaching because not many students have enough internet availability at home, so it's very difficult to study online.
I can also say that some of the students are just lazy.
Right, that's right.
And just They have they have a problem. No internet, but I know that they have the internet because they are
Right.
because
They are very active in social nets.
yeah, they are Instagram every day, Facebook every day,
They're
every
always online.
hour, but no possibility to attend the lesson. But okay,
Can't believe students would do that.
they are the same in the real classroom because you know some of them study, some of them just like sitting and doing nothing. I've just had 2 weeks of online camp students from like it was like pilot camp to try how would it be, and we had like 8 teams from different parts of Ukraine, and we had 8 volunteers from different countries, USA and Scotland and Wales and Nepal. Yeah, am I right? Nepal, how is it pronounced correctly?
In America, we say Nepal.
Yeah, and Brazil and Czech Republic, all over the world. Okay, and it was like a Zoom meeting for 2 hours all together, and then 1 hour of like for lunch, and then again 2 hours doing some individual projects and uploading them on Padlet. That's why I wrote you that we use Padlet almost every day because all our all students' works are downloaded there, and it's like evidence of our job.
Yeah.
And I think you showed it to me. Did
Yeah,
you?
I show. Why not? No, I didn't show you yet.
You didn't show me. Okay. But it was in English, right? You did it in English. They did it in English, or did they do it in?
Yes, all works. They are just like it was a camp about art and creativity. So that's why. But everything, yes, everything is written in English. The names of and the names, the titles of their creative works, something like this. If you give me, then maybe later, if you give me sharing the screen, so I can show how it was.
Oh yeah, let me see if I can figure out how to do that.
I just want to see, is someone going to, oh yeah, no one is going to join. I don't know why.
I have to give you control, right?
So for me, just yeah, because you turned off the demonstration for other participants. If you can do this. If not, maybe next time. Yes.
I just made you the
Now
host.
she is a host.
Yeah, I am a host. Okay.
This is way too much power for me.
Yeah. Okay.
Stresses me out.
If you are the host next time, Mariana, you have to turn off the Zoom and then you invite her.
Jorge is entering our room. Jorge, our Jorge.
Oh, and he came right in. Okay. Hello.
Hi, John. Yes, he's in the team of our year, in the same years of I am Mariana. In 2017. Hi, George.
Oh, okay. I switched on the demonstration now. Maybe. Okay, shall I show it now? Jorge, hi.
Oh, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good evening in Vietnam.
Okay. Hello, Win. Hey, hello, Marta. Good to see you.
You too. It's good morning to you, isn't it?
Okay.
We have different times all around the world.
Why don't you turn on the camera, George? Your video camera? Turn it on.
Yeah.
Are you
Wait.
home? Yeah.
So I have a question. Did they let you keep, Mariana, did they let you keep making those Padlets?
During 2 weeks of our job, all 8 teams made these Padlets every day, and they are at that place. They are going to be forever, like, because as for me, I'm going to describe everything that we did in my blog, and that's why I need to embed those Padlets there. I asked. So it's like, for me, it's cool place to, yes, to keep students wax some projects, some creative. I just can show you if you are interested in some, because for me, its camp was really like really interesting, because I teach English, I don't teach art, but according to these tasks, it was like very interesting to see what the children are so creative and talented that I never could like think about this. So okay, I just show you some. I have the whole program for this camp written in English, and even if you maybe if you want to try something like this in your country, I can share this program. There is a program for every day, because we watched a lot of videos. We played Kahoot games according to the material for this video. We played like quizzes games, and we did some tasks at Puzzle. It's also website, maybe to watch a video, pause, and do some tasks. We watched a lot of TED talks, and just one of very interesting is about printing 3D clothing. Like it was because it was like one of the topics, fashion and design, and it was about like a real person. She prints her fashion collection, printed her fashion collection using 3D printer. It was just like, in our country, we don't do this, but other countries are maybe more advanced. Okay, so I share my screen, and I just show you some examples. Just some examples. So, okay, this is the, can you see the screen?
Yes.
So this is like my my folder. It's my village name, Shepit. It's in English, it's translated like whisper. It's a name of my village in Ukrainian. And here we have every day what we did. For example, like June 32nd. Okay, for example, June 24th, it was like about cooking and cooking art. And the Padlet is going to open that. Some kind of art that students made of food, and took the pictures, and okay, can you see?
Yeah. Very clear. Oh,
Yeah,
very beautiful.
It's something like this. It's made of vegetables, just picture food art. You can read. Here okay, they did these projects at home individually, took the pictures, and then in Zoom we observed everything and discussed together, chose the best names for these pictures, like crab apple, cheese banquet made of eggs, boiled eggs. You can see everything students did themselves at home. Like,
they're very creative, I can see.
yeah, it was like about food art. Okay.
Yes.
One moment.
How old are they? Mariana, how old are they?
Students?
Yeah.
Students? Yeah, they were 6th grade, 7th, 8th, one student from 9th and one from 10th. Okay, next dashboard. Okay, for example, it was also very interesting. There is a website that is called like Tate Gallery, that in Britain, but it's online. You go to that website, and you choose a picture. Picture is with missed parts. It's a famous picture of someone, but the parts are missed, and you like can can draw everything you want and then to compare with original picture.
Mhm.
For example, like here, everything you can see, it was written by students there and compared. For example, it was like a metal kettle. It was made of metal, all. But these parts were created by students at that website.
Mhm.
Like Tate Gallery, it was such kind of creative task, Tate Gallery. And here, it was a person, but just this jacket was painted by students.
Mhm.
Also, it was like one of the tasks was creating comics. Again, very cool website. It's called Storyboard Z, and they created comics about their staying in the camp. For example, this one represents how do our students know English very well. When American, like our volunteer was American, Todd Martin, and he asks, "How are you?" And students know that they should answer, "Fine, thank you," but they are like afraid of, yes, how are you? Yes. Oh, it was the first day, the first conversation with volunteer answering and asking. Okay. And this website is also very cool for creating some dialects maybe, or even something, I don't know. Dialect for for any topic. For example, like mom asks him, go to the shop, and he answers, no, I have a go camp online now. It was his comics about his staying in the camp. Also, they were using one website for creating their own music. It was also like part of the music, and I want to show you a very cool video we made all together. One moment, musical instruments. Okay. Students created musical instruments like something, any can or any bottle, macaroni or rice or buckwheat or something put inside and shaking, and they presented their favorite songs. Here, everything is video. Their favorite songs, but shaking that musical instrument. And all together, we did the famous song Dance Monkey, everyone I hope knows the song. And we made video from the parts of our videos how to, okay, I try to show you this song on YouTube. It was very interesting, for me, for example, because we did it all together. Can you see the YouTube is opening?
Yeah, it's opening.
Yeah, I hope I shared the sound. Like, okay, one moment. All my students and my volunteer, you would see him, and me. It's my 10th grade student. Can you hear the music?
Yes.
It's another student. We just cut the video and then tried to put it together with all the students. It's also homemade, like, I don't know how it's America. Here, 2 sticks inside.
So they say, dance for me, dance for me, dance for me, oh. I've never seen anybody do the things you do before.
video.
And when you're done, I'll make you do it all again. I said, oh my God, I see you walking by. Take my hand, my dear, and look me in my eyes.
It's my volunteer. It's Martin from Tennessee, Knoxville.
Are you just glad to see me dance just one more time? Ooh, you sing every time. And in my eyes,
It's me. Me with macaroni. Okay, something like this. Like, yeah, kind of interesting. And also what we did fashion of the future. So they presented some very simple costumes, but they created what that costume can do. For example, change the weather, or I don't know, or measure your heartbeat, or something else. Something like this. So can you hear me?
Very,
Yeah.
very
Yeah, okay.
fun. Thank you.
It's a lot of, so I don't want like to maybe to grab your attention with everything. Only
No, it
me.
was interesting. Thank
Maybe
you.
you can share every like something. There is a whole program, whole like for every day it's written everything very thoroughly, what to do, what video to watch, what kind of job to do. So I think every teacher can gather some students and do this even online.
That's a great idea. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. May I ask a question? I'm here as a student.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I missed the first meeting because of some technical problems, and I also missed the second one because of the time. So as I understood, Padlet is like an LMS, learning management system, right?
Can be, why not? Can be for something for putting students wax there, and for everyone can see. If you share this Padlet, everyone can see.
It is like a portfolio,
Yeah,
right? So the
especially it's
whole
good for
portfolio.
parents. Especially it's good when parents can see what is there. Because portfolio can be, can be real portfolio. I have a lot of folders with my students, like really wax. Here it's like digital portfolio.
And I used
Can the students be graded through this Padlet, or it's only for just collecting your materials in the folders?
I think it depends on you. If you want them, if you want to grade them, and you give them some kind of rubrics or criteria, so they know what to do, and then
I mean, if there are any, is there any functions which you can grade your students?
Yes, there are commands. There are there are some options, but for example, your students make grade each other, or like peer correction, or peer grading, or peer commenting. It can be, and that's why it can be. For example, if we give them something to write, and say, for example, there should be like opening, closing, for example, kind of a letter. Yes, opening or note. Opening, closing, and 3 facts. So everyone can read this one, and write. Here there is an opening. Here there is, I put you, for example, 5 stars, because every point is counted.
Okay,
Something
thank
like
you.
this.
Thank you.
It's also a good way for students in other places to communicate with each other.
Yes, of course. We have in Ukraine, not only in Ukraine, it's all over Europe, I guess. We have a platform, eTwinning. It's called eTwinning, but students from all over Europe can collaborate, and we do some projects. For example, my school, my students, we do project our common Padlets where we put my students put their wax and Turkish students and from other countries. If we sometimes we have project that it's only for European, but Turkey is there in this program. I like working with Turkish teachers because they are very like advanced in using online tools. I've learned from them a lot.
And that's only internet or only Europe, you said?
Yes, it seems to me that it's only for European, but I know that 42 or more countries can collaborate, but only European. And there is also one website, also program from Britain. It seems to me it's all over the world. Maybe you heard about this. It's Global Generation. Have you heard about this?
No.
Global Generation. I know for sure that students from India and from Asia, I'm sure I know that they take part in this program. It's again that program just organizes video conferences between schools. There is a certain like topic, and you book your day and book your time, and it can be 3 schools discussing the same. Like it's video conference. I know for sure that the person from India, he is technical kind of director of that, but it runs by Tony Blair Institute from Britain. But it's also cool because I don't know how to say, but I got a job offer in Iraq, and maybe if everything would be okay, since September I'll be working there, and I would like to join that students to this program, Global Generation, to communicate between countries.
That's a good chance, right, for us to train our profession. Is we can apply this one in our, can we use this one in our project?
Global Generation, yes, I give you the link. And even now when okay, because video conferences were organized like with classes when we were in class, but now students can enter this website and they have another option, just to start the dialogue, to write the question, and then other students from different countries just answer that question. It's kind of a dialogue without video conference, but anyone can start the dialogue. You just have to join that website. I give you, Queen, I give you that link. I can share that link here, or maybe prepare everything because I attended 2 conferences from this conference to know better about this program. But it's interesting just communicating children with children using English language. My students are not so good at English language because we have only 2 lessons a week. It's like half an hour for everything, for reading, for speaking, for writing, for listening, for everything. That's why my students need to join everything we can join, because to have someone to talk to. No to say how are you? Yes. Like this.
Yeah, out of class activities for digital generation.
Yeah, Jorge, hey, say something. Nice to meet you. Here. Unmute yourself. Unmute.
Okay. Well, I was
Okay.
saying that it was really interesting your job. Congratulations, because well, we can see that you did a great job, and I think that we can see all the things that your students are doing. Very interesting. So I like it, the last part about global generation. Global generation is the name of the project that you're doing in Europe.
No,
Global generation.
general global generation. It's all over the world. Seems to me.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yes, it's not only in Europe. It's all over the world. But like we have again to when students are at school, we have to choose the partner according to our time zone. You know.
Okay. Well,
Sometimes
I haven't heard about it, but I think it's interesting. Interesting how to see your students are working. Well, maybe well, here in Colombia, maybe we can say that the interest about English will maybe increasing with the time. Maybe we can see that now the government is more interested about students learn English, because maybe 20 or 30 years ago, maybe there was not an interest about government about students learn English, but now we can see with all the technology and with all the interest with the U.S. government, now more and more schools are having volunteers from different parts of the world that are helping with that. And now we have more resources that can help us as teachers to learn to teach English to students, because for many years we haven't had um, enough resources to teach English. But now I can say that we have a lot of resources. Of course, now Flipgrid, Padlet, all of these resources, we are using them here in Colombia. And well, maybe the students are starting to do many things with that. But maybe one of the problems that we have here is that not all of the students have access to different computers. Not all the students have access, have connectivity. So that's the problem that we are facing right now in Colombia, because we are trying to teach them, yeah, online, but some students don't have the resources to to access to the education. So we are trying to use what we have, like Gmail, WhatsApp. Sometimes we are recording our classes and we deliver them by WhatsApp, and that's the way that we are working now. But this is a problem that, for example, because of the pandemic, of course, now it's showing us the problems that we're having now about education, and I think the government will needs to invest more in it, because as I told you, this situation is showing us some problems that we are facing as teachers. Yeah. So, but it's very interesting because, well, right now, but we are some of the things that we are living here in Colombia is that many teachers now are opening to the internet resources, and now we are using more and more, and I think that many people are learning more about it. And I think that we can say that maybe we are ready to start online classes. Okay, but we are working very hard. In my case, I'm learning many things about internet, about English resources. As I told you, Padlet, Flipgrid. Maybe these were some things that we were not using here, because what we were thinking here is that all the time we were going to work face to face with students. So basically, most of the effort was on classes face to face, only that. But now, well, we have had to open to these English resources online, so we can say that well, we are using them right now, and some students So not all the students are accessing all of these internet resources, but we can say that we're starting to do some kind of work with that.
Is your school in session right now?
Yeah, yeah. Right now we are in lockdown. We are in lockdown again. Because, we can say that the cases of COVID-19 are increasing.
Increasing.
So what the government is saying is, well, we have to implement lockdowns, more lockdowns, and that's what we are living now, unfortunately.
Are your students
Yeah.
going to school right now, or are you on break, on holiday?
Well, right now we're on a holiday of 2 weeks, 2 week holiday. Yeah, but what the government said that maybe we're going back next year to classes. Yeah, right now we are only giving online classes, as I told you, by WhatsApp, Gmail, Zoom. The students who can connect to the Zoom sessions. And right now we are in a 2 weeks break. Yeah, that's it. Situation is getting worse, unfortunately. Many people don't understand about the safety measures. Many people like to go out. People like to live. They don't accept some of the things that we're living now, and I think that many people are getting affected because of that. We haven't understood. Many people haven't understood the importance of following the safety measures, and that's why I think many people are getting infected. Unfortunately, here.
Yeah, our school starts in September, like, but we don't know exactly, do we go to school or do we continue online? We don't know. No one says. They are just writing something in Facebook, some news, but they are not like official news. That's why. But all people are against online because they know that not
And
all the students can study online.
are you in lockdown in Ukraine?
Yes, we since March we also taught online our students. Yes, since 12th of March.
Okay.
But now we have external exams like in different subjects, and students go to pass that exams, and they are meeting together in one classroom and take the exam. So
Okay.
like
Yeah, maybe one of the things that we have thought here in Colombia is that the government will need to help people that don't have the resources to connect classes, and maybe they are thinking about giving some kind of tablets, maybe tablets, and maybe it's or because thinking about computers, I think it's not possible. I think. But one of the problems that we are seeing here in Colombia is the people that don't have computers at home, don't have some. Well, I don't know if you have heard about Venezuela, about the situation of Venezuela. That here in Colombia, many people, we have many people from Venezuela because of the situation that they are living there. Many Venezuelan people are leaving their country, and what they did was coming to Colombia. And now here in Colombia, we have a lot of people from Venezuela, but they don't have, they are in the streets, they are selling things to survive, and in some way, well, this is one of the things because the problem is increasing. The problem about lockdown, the problem about education is increasing because, well, we have poor people here in Colombia, but now we have poor people with Colombia and Venezuela. And this is, well, this is a serious problem that we are having here in the region of South America, Colombia, Venezuela, and Peru. Uh, Unfortunately, because of the government of Maduro, I don't know if you have heard about that president. And I think that the government has difficult challenges, very challenging situations here in order to help people to access education. Maybe this is one of the problems that we are facing now. So, but maybe what we are thinking is that this COVID-19 well ends as soon as possible. So maybe we can go back to, or maybe students can go back to class and people can work again.
It's interesting how was the things in Bolivia, where is Cynthia from? How was the things there
Well,
in Bolivia?
what we are living here in South America, America in general, maybe we are living the same situation. The COVID-19 is increasing as Europe in maybe 3 or 4 months when everything started. Europe was beaten by that, and now it's South America. Many people are talking about that in South America we're living the same that Europe lived some months ago. And Bolivia, Brazil is the worst. Brazil is the worst case there because maybe it has. I think that we have overpassed the cases in China of infected people because because I think because of the situation in hospitals, about the health systems here are not so good, and maybe that's affecting the situation. Maybe we have seen that in some countries what they have done is that they build hospitals. The government will has to pay a lot of money in investing in, for example, in doing COVID-19 tests. But one of the things that maybe that some recommendations that other governments from different countries do to our government is that we have to test people. Yeah, we have to test. We have to give them tests. But maybe the government doesn't have enough money to pay for all the COVID-19 tests in order to detect, in order to identify how many people are infected. But I think that I think that the government doesn't have enough money to invest in COVID-19 tests, and that's why they don't know the number exactly of people infected. There are many people infected. In Colombia, we have around 20,000 people infected, maybe 100,000.
But could you hear that in Vietnam, no cases? Just Juan told us. In Vietnam, no cases at all. And they are coming back to normal life.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that was they started there in China. Well, in China, I think in China, the surrounding countries, I think that maybe they are overcoming the situation. I think. I'm not sure about Queen.
Yeah, Vietnam.
Yeah. Well, let's hope that this situation can finish soon. I don't know if maybe a vaccine. Have you heard about a vaccine?
No.
No. Yeah. Many people are waiting. Many people are maybe have the hope to wait for that vaccine. But
Is Colombia one of the places where they're testing the vaccine?
Well, I have heard about maybe in Bogota. In Bogota, I think that they're doing that, but nothing much is heard about it. Just They're working. They're working on it. But I think that in many countries, are doing that. I think in the United States, I don't know, in Israel, I'm not sure about it. Marta, you're mute. The mic is off. Yeah.
I'm not aware
Okay.
of any in
Mhm.
the United States. That's why I asked. I've seen other places. So perhaps they keep that information from us.
Yeah, that's it.
I am going to put in two, I think, let me see, two, did I do it? In the chat, I put in two links. One is called Narrative 4, and I just need to do this before I forget. One is called Narrative 4, and I listened to a talk with Jason Reynolds. He wrote A Long Way Down, The Boy in the Black Suit. He talked about this Narrative 4, and it's a way, and the reason I looked it up was because last time we met, we're talking about students sharing stories. So this is a bubble, and the students pair up. This is what I got from it. The students pair up and they tell each other their story. And then the student has to report out in first person their partner told them. And I thought it was a great way to practice English, but also a good way possibly to develop empathy. So I thought when we start back, I might prompt, tell your COVID-19 story. And I thought it would be a good way for students to connect across the world too, or around the world. What was it like to stay home in your country versus in the US? I don't know, but I just put that in there in case you wanted to look at it. And then the other one is it's through, and it's a global education course that sort of was the first impetus I got for, okay, I really want to connect with those other teachers and get a collaboration going. So I just stuck those in there if you want to check them out.
Okay.
Do you know what time it is in Vietnam?
It's late. I don't know, but I can check.
And Bernardo?
It's 10 p.m. It's 10 p.m. now.
10 p.m. Mariana? Yeah.
So not horribly late.
She
just needed to get her son to bed. So, okay.
Yeah, in my country, it's 6 p.m.
Oh,
In Nilufar country, it's 8 p.m. Yes. What country are you from? What country are you from?
Uzbekistan.
Ah, okay. Umida. We have Umida there.
Yeah, Umida,
It's
Umida.
Umida from our group. Yes.
Okay, yeah. But personally, I don't know, but I know him through Facebook because she lives far from my city. So that's why I know her only through the Facebook. Like you know her more than me, let's say.
Yes, because we spent like almost 7 weeks together. So and we were in one group in Reno. Yes, also.
Yeah, like we
Yeah,
are Bernardo with Bernardo.
we all were in Reno. So
Yeah.
With Bernardo, we were even at one school, at the same school. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we were fine.
Pine Middle.
Fine.
Yeah.
What about what in Reed High School, Martha? Which country did you like accept, invited?
Who has been there, you mean? From what
Yeah,
countries?
yeah.
So you and then from Kyrgyzstan, Rahat from Kyrgyzstan,
Oh,
and then
Rahat.
Wafa from Jordan, and this year Mahmoud, although on here I think he goes by Saeed, but he told me call him Mahmoud from Bangladesh, and this year I had two. So I also had Ropia from Thailand.
okay. Okay, sure.
So a big connection, I mean a big collection.
Yeah.
Bernardo, I wanted to ask how school is going there.
Well, we keep on trying to get our students some work. We are like broadening our strategy. Sorry, as the case is increasing. Hopefully, um, we will be getting like the peak of cases this week. So we keep on working on that situation, within that situation, and now we are having like online classes, online lessons, but they are actually more like those students who can connect at one time that we have scheduled for each subject and each level. Um, that just answer some questions about the work we are posting on a Facebook page we have. So all materials are just going on that Facebook post to that the Facebook page, and students can get from there their worksheets and activities. Um, and now we are having like a group of around an average of 8 to 10 students who are working with us weekly. I mean per level. Okay, and that's the situation mostly. Trying to get also some contact with the parents. So with there we are having a monthly teacher parent meeting, and also we are having weekly students meetings. So for example, in my class, I've been in contact with 6 students, those who can actually get into some, I mean, get Wi-Fi or some connection. And the situation is hard for the students, because most of the parents now are facing, um, they're not working, or they're not having the chance to work, because they must remain at home, or there's some towns or bigger towns around San Sebastián or around Cartagena where we live, and they are in a complete lockdown, so people cannot get in or get out from those places. So it's kind of a hard time. Families. So most we as teachers are trying to get some school work and teach something, let so-called some teaching to some teaching, but actually we are more concerned on social issues.
I wonder if that's what our school is going to be. I mean, for all of us, is going to be more focused on social.
Yeah, that's actually like the now what we are getting like the peak. The governor is saying that we are going. They are trying to create like the plan, the final plan to restart with school and reopen the school. But as teachers and the team, the school team, we know that it's not like just rushing into a school and start teaching. You know, there's a whole other thing that we have some families who have lost their loved ones because of the virus, and there are some families who are suffering from this. So it's not like that. Okay, let's go to normal or let's go back to school. And so we are like facing, like trying to face the human part of all this more than thinking about teaching. And I know, like the other day we were talking about like rethinking education, and I think this year and next probably it's gonna be like uh, trying to be uh, connected to more human values than competence or whatever.
Just had to write that down. That has to be the focus of everything, competence.
So that's it. Um, Mariana,
Yeah.
you at the beginning you were talking about all these ideas you have in your dashboard on Padlet is from a book.
It's not a book. It's like a kind of everyday plan for camp. For camp
Okay.
and camp's topic is art and creativity, and every day it was like devoted to something. Day
Okay.
one, contemporary art. Day two, music. Day three,
Yeah,
fashion
yeah,
and
yeah.
design. Then collages. Then what else? What
Okay.
like something like this, and comics
All
and
right.
cinema and dancing. And we also we even had like Zoom session with the famous ballet dancer, and she taught us how to pas de gras and something like this, and we did and everyone
Okay.
was doing this movements in Zoom. It was very interesting. And
Oh, okay.
also it was session with famous photographer, and she taught us how to take photographs properly. And another day it was guy from Brazil, Johnny, I forgot. Okay, I can't remember Brazilian surnames, but he is famous filmmaker, and he makes films for BBC even about the Amazon River and something like this. And he taught us 45 minutes in Zoom how to create films, short films, but meaningful. I mean, so the camp was very interesting because a lot of all the team from Snapchat application, that mobile app Snapchat that
Yes,
can
yes.
make faces. So that whole team created greeting video for our Ukrainian students. It like from Los Angeles office, from New York office, from like, and we also had a session from one guy how to create Snapchat lens ourselves. It needs like Windows the 10s, and we create, so in the Zoom I can like create something that I'm, for example, very young and look like an 18 years gal having
Ah,
sessions with students, but make special lens inside my computer and look like young lady, not old one.
okay, okay.
And everything.
If
So it
school
was
can
very
keep these
interesting.
online, we need to do that.
And I
Yeah,
mean, I mean, there is
we
a
should
plan.
try
For
it.
example, if you want to do something with your students, of course, that team they organize it, everything. I mean, all these meetings with famous people, but the rest of the job we did ourselves. So we watch it a lot. For example, when it was the topic fashion and design, we watched the video about like evolution of fashion. People were changing their clothes from 1920s and then 1930s. How was the fashion? 1940s and till these days. And the same with music. How was the what was the style, music style in 1920s, like 100 years ago? Like it was very interesting. And then a lot of games, I mean Kahoot game or quizzes game, you just hear like 50 people are playing that game in Zoom, and we are just listening to the musical instrument and very quickly, what musical instrument is this, or what dance style is it, or something like this. So it was like very interesting and funny,
Fun.
and our students like they learned and maybe remembered a lot of new vocabulary, describing the clothing, all these movie genres, music styles, and everything, and visited a lot of new websites and tried new online tools to even they did even graffiti online, you know. It's website where you choose the wall and just creating graffiti and then download it, and there is a Padlet with all the by students graffitis. Oh, not all of them are artists, but
Hmm.
they tried at least.
Yeah, yeah, that's the idea, eh? Experiencing
Yeah, yeah.
and communicating. Yeah.
And in August, the same organization is going to we are going to have another camp online, but it would be called 10 days around the world. And it's also
Oh,
something like 1 day, one country, countries, for example, landmarks, traditions, custom, and then
yeah.
connection to our country.
Okay.
What do we
Awesome.
have in our country? And as I told you, in this camp, art and creativity, we had 9 volunteers, and at the end of each camp day, like before the ending, each volunteer presented his or her own country, and we watch it carefully. And then again, it was Kahoot game. For example, what is the highest mountain in Brazil?
Uh,
Very quick, and something like this. So it was very like informative because 9 countries from different perspectives and
yeah.
everything. For example, for me personally, I didn't know how, for example, the flag of Nepal looks like. It's not rectangle, it's not triangle, it's something like kind of a shape. I've never thought that it could be such kind of a shape in a flag. So it was very interesting about to hear and to live about every country. And Scotland music, we were listening to Scotland music. We were watching those men in tartans and in kilts, yes, dancing on Scottish wedding and everything. A lot of information, a lot of, especially for our students, it was just great. of course, they didn't understand every word, but they tried to catch what is, and a lot of presentations and pictures and movies. So everything everything was helping to like to catch the information.
Great.
And you
What is
know,
the name of the organization?
Go Global, Go Global,
Ah, it's
and
Go
they are
Global.
doing.
Okay, okay, okay. Didn't get
Yeah,
it.
it's Go Global, and they are doing Go camps every year for 5 years already. And for example, at my school, 5 years, every summer I had different volunteers from different countries, like face to face. They were living in my house, and they had camp with my students for 2 weeks. And for example, I had even our fellow Romina from Argentina. She was in my village. She was with my students in 2018. And so, and you also can apply. Like you just find. I can give here the link. Go Camp. You just apply,
Yeah.
and you go to any school in Ukraine you want, and you do the camp. And my task, my job is to feed you, like not to feed you, to give you food and to give you house. But your task is
Yeah.
to do activities together with me, with my students, and to talk in English to
Okay.
them, and that's all.
All right. Oh, good. Excellent.
Yes, a lot of people, a lot of people, they are volunteering every year. They liked that process because we have some people that come here to Ukraine every year. Of course, it's volunteering, so that's why like ticket is for your money. Ticket, just
Yeah, of course.
journey is yours, but everything is ours, and you can.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can move, travel all around Ukraine while you're here,
Mhm.
because you have like weekends. And
Bernardo is very good at organizing this type of the lessons. I remember once I attended your classes, Bernardo, you were wearing some special like
Ah,
shirts,
right.
right? It was very
Yeah, yeah,
interesting. So that's why,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Mariana, you should
yeah,
invite Bernardo. He's very good at organizing this type
yeah.
of very funny classes.
Okay, why not? Why
It
not?
was fun. I think it was fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really like
Maybe
this
we have,
class.
okay,
Uh,
thank you. Maybe we, I will consider to apply to this.
The students, did they have to pay to attend the camp?
No, no, it's free. The camp is organized at their schools. So schools apply in Ukraine. Schools apply to get volunteer to their schools, and so, and if there are enough volunteers, every school that applied can get one. For yeah, but
Is it
it was the first time. It was
is it part of the school curriculum? Is it separate?
it's like part of like every summer we have to like to involve all the students in some extracurriculum activities, like. And in 2016 it was like an English year in Ukraine. It was announced a year of English language, and since that year it started like to started organizing and inviting volunteers from different countries. It shouldn't be like a volunteer it shouldn't be like native speaker, but he or she should just know English enough to talk to students. But once I had a guy, not a guy, it was like a kind of an old man, maybe 65, something like this. Not very old, but not very young, from Canada. And he had relatives here in Ukraine, and I wanted him to speak English, but he wanted to speak Ukrainian. It was like a little bit confusing for me because I wanted him to talk more he wanted vice versa, to talk more in Ukrainian. And I had from United States, I had three people, like it was, I don't remember from what place, but she was a teacher, primary teacher. She is, had like the fourth grade to teach. And why was she here? Her purpose was 30 countries until 30 years. Until her 30th birthday, she wanted to visit 30 countries. It was her purpose. So after Ukraine, after my camp, she went to Russia and to some other countries. And I know that American people travel a lot because 10 years ago, I had Peace Corps volunteer also in my school, and she also lived in my house. Every person lives in my house when he or she comes to my village. So I know that American people, they travel a lot because like they don't spend money for things that we spend. We spend money, for example, in Ukraine, we spend money to decorate our house one more time and one more time, to buy new windows, to change the door, to paint the fence in some new with something new, something like this. But we don't travel, but we need to travel. After being in the United States, I understand that we need traveling, we need seeing the world, and something like this.
I need to see the world.
Come to Ukraine, because Jennifer have been to my place. She was there last year. Yeah, so you may also come here anytime.
I was supposed to be leaving for Colombia this coming Sunday, but we're part of the group that's on hold. So I did apply. I can't remember if I told you. I did apply for a Fulbright Teachers for Global Classrooms.
Yeah, but we don't have such kind of program in Ukraine. I know that Colombia, they definitely have, but Ukraine, we've never heard about this. Like, we have only Peace Corps.
US to other countries. This particular one is just for US teachers going to other countries.
Yes, but not to our country. I mean, no. We have only Peace Corps volunteers from the United States working at school for 2 years. And that's all. So, but it's interesting because our students have no one to hear real English language, real native speakers. They need a lot. Of course, now they can watch films and listen to music, of course, but the real dialogue, you know, it's like it's funny because we teach them at school certain like dialects, certain questions, and then when it comes to talking to a real person, they forget everything. It can be, what's your favorite kind of sport? My name is volleyball. It's something like this. Yeah, it can be. It can be. So especially small students, just my name is, it's like stuck in their heads, and that's why they can answer every question. My name is. So they need talking, and that's why such kind of like speaking even in Zoom. I have an agreement with my this camp volunteer from Tennessee to talk every Tuesday and every Wednesday with my students, just to talk about anything and even about the same things, but to talk, to ask them, to make them answer, to make them practice their language and not to be afraid of in real situations. It means a lot to talk in real situations, you know.
That's one of my students, when we were meeting in class, she and another student would only speak Spanish. They were very, very reluctant to speak English to me. And so by the time the school year ended, she and I had been meeting on Zoom, and her English had improved so much because she had to speak English to me. So
Mhm.
I see a value in school this way, kind of.
And I remember when we were one day in that literacy center in Reno, and there were some immigrants learning English. And I remember how I had to explain, pronounce we and she to Pakistani woman. And it was like really interesting because when my students don't know something in English, I explain them in Ukrainian, but I don't know Pakistani language, so I couldn't explain her in her language. And I should use all my fingers and my body and everything to show. It was very interesting. That's why I'd like to go somewhere to another country, to that country that I don't know that language, and try to teach English in that situation. Not translating, but explaining, using everything, all my cells maybe of my.
That's one of the things I've been thinking about, because my, particularly the Chinese students I have, want to look at my mouth when I'm speaking to find out how to say a word. Okay, Mrs. Schwalbe, say it slowly. Let me watch your tongue. Let me watch your mouth. And I think when I'm wearing a mask, they're not going to learn English.
Yes.
Mahmoud, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine. I'm extremely sorry. I had to attend a meeting organized by US Embassy Dhaka. I think I missed very important discussion from Mariana also. I joined when she was speaking, maybe from Ukraine. She also visited Literary Center. That's nice. I had the experience of visiting Literary Center, thanks all. I missed you. Sorry for attending another meeting with US Embassy in Bangladesh. Culture Affairs Officer invited us, so I could not attend earlier. I hope I will learn something more from you in future also. Thank you all. Thank you, Martha. I am Mahmoud Rahman from Bangladesh.
Yeah, okay.
The alumni 2019. My school is Khulna Jilla High School, a boys school, a government school, and only for boys.
Okay. So,
Mariana, are you from Ukraine, please?
yes.
Oh, which program, under which program did you go to the USA, please?
You mean what? About the United States or what? Or what program I was talking about?
Yes, United States.
In the United States, I was T program.
Oh, no. Yes. T program, yes, same.
Yeah, T 2017, T fall 17.
Oh, yes.
We had cool team.
May also T. Fall, I am also same. T fall 2019, and I got Martha as my partner teacher. who is an excellent teacher and very cooperative.
Yes,
really
we know.
happy.
We know. We know if she could, if she managed to collect us together, so yes, she's very cooperative.
Sure, sure. I've been introduced to Bernard, Pablo, and you and some other teachers. If there is Nilufar or some other, I'm really happy. And greetings from Bangladesh to all.
I put in the chat a piece called Narrative 4 that I thought I looked at after our meeting last time about storytelling. So you might want to take a look at that. I don't know if it's available. It's from Ireland, so I think it's available for everybody.
Okay. We'll have a look. So what we are going to do now?
I've been trying to practice wait time to make sure people aren't trying to organize thoughts before.
Yeah.
all I had were those two pieces that I wanted to share, the global education and the narrative piece, and to just catch up and check in. And I love everything that you showed us on Padlet and the way you used it. And I put some notes on the information about the camp, so I want to look up Global Generation. So that's all I had.
I am using Padlet. I am prepared a Padlet for my students, and in this pandemic time, I provide them with some homework, and they write on the Padlet. And
I think this is a technical problem. We see it,
I
right?
have not yet used Flipgrid, but I will use Flipgrid for my students. I did provided with warning how to use the Padlet. And thanks, Martha, she introduced this technology.
Yes, technical problems.
Yeah.
And I can't tell because I've been having problems all morning.
Okay, when do we meet next time again? In 2 weeks?
That's what I set up. So I just set up this as a recurring meeting.
And what material to prepare for next time for sharing?
What ideas? Give me ideas. So one of the things I've been looking at is just things for students to explore, but I didn't know if that was what we wanted to look at, students to explore, or if we wanted to continue to look at teacher things.
I don't know. I have no idea.
So maybe to prepare some resources for students to explore. Yes.
That's sort of the direction I just seem to naturally be transitioning into, but I don't know.
I think it would be interesting to know what country which resources uses, for example, maybe to share, to exchange the ideas. Why not?
Okay, I like
we have
it.
2 weeks to prepare, to look for something.
I like it.
Okay.
Okay, you mean the resources which we are using for our students, right, to teach online?
Well, I've just, so one of the things I've been playing around with, and I don't know if this is the right line, the right thinking, but I've been playing with Google Earth, and I thought, oh, that would be a fun thing to have my students do, is to go look at places, other places, and explore them using Google Earth. So I've just been trying to think of lessons I could do with Google Earth. So I don't know, does that?
So different apps or websites that we can use and for our students to explore.
That's just kind of what I was thinking.
Okay, maybe 1, 2 from person would be enough to share for the session. Yes.
Probably.
Okay.
Nilüfer, was that what you said?
Yes, I got. I got.
Okay. Well, I love it. I love it. And it's great to see all of you.
Yeah, of course. So yeah, I really enjoyed seeing you. So in this pandemic situation, so it's very nice to collaborate with my international friends. I am very happy. Thank you so much, Mariana, for today's very informative session, let's say. Yeah, I would say that you are so creative. You did a lot for your students.
Yeah. Very, very, very fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I wanted to ask. Can we come to your camp, your Around the World camp? Did she freeze?
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Oh, darn.
Maybe we will discuss it next time.
Yes. Oh,
we should keep in mind this question.
Yeah, it says she left.
Yeah.
I guess she's gone.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, wait, here she comes back again. Hang on.
Yeah.
We wanted to know if we can come to your Around the World camp.
As a guest speaker, you mean yes?
Okay.
Or just to attend.
Mm-hmm.
Mariana, are you there?
Yeah. I was kicked out, but I am here now. Yes.
I was asking you if we could come to your camp in August.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. I give you the links for Marta. You can even be a volunteer in this camp. Why not? Online volunteer.
Yeah, guest speaker, very nice guest speaker.
I would be happy.
And you can be Nilüfer, why not? You are speaking English. You can. Okay, I just next time I give you all the information about this. What can you do in this camp? Of course.
Okay, I would be happy. Thank you, Mariana.
Yes.
Okay.
I would be honored, and I think I would have so much fun just attending the camp.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
We good? Anything?
Okay.
Okay.
See you after 2 weeks?
In 2 weeks, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody stay healthy.
Yeah, you as well. Stay healthy.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
I'm going to send this recording to everybody.
Okay.
Okay, would be great.
Yeah, would be great. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Marta. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Said, Mariana, bye.
Yeah.
Marta.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah, Jorge. Bye.
Bye bye. Take care. Yeah.
How do I stop this?